mate. Look, we've seen some amazing scenes all over social media of you guys celebrating over in Mexico City. We've seen John Stones pretending he's got a shoulder injury. We've seen the manager dancing around the changing room. We've seen Harry Kane lose his voice. I mean, try and give us an insight, can you, into the celebrations after that? Just how special it was, how much it meant to you guys.
Yeah, I think everyone would say it's probably the best way to win in the sense of when you go through so much adversity in the games, so many tough moments in the game, and then to come out on top, that feeling of when the final whistle goes and that relief of kind of backs against the wall for the last 20 minutes or whatever, and once it goes, that relief and then that excitement and joy of what we've accomplished and what we did, and yeah, the changing room and all that was a great place to be at the time. And yeah, I think we were a bit tired and a bit dead afterwards, I'll be honest. I think it took a lot out of us and we all stuck together, but it was a lovely moment to be a part of.
That was going to be my next question, really. I mean, we saw a few of the guys missing training today. How much has it taken out of you across the squad as a whole? Some of the guys are struggling a bit with fatigue, I'm guessing.
Yeah, of course, you could see it. Everyone was giving everything. Obviously, we were down to 10 men, everyone playing for an extra person and giving their all. And yeah, a few players have obviously played a lot of minutes this season, a lot of minutes in the tournament, and yeah, just resting the legs. But I'm sure everyone will be fit and raring to go. It's another opportunity in a couple of days to go again, and we'll be ready for that.
Thanks. Hi Morgan. As you said, it was backs against the wall at times in Mexico in their own stadium. So what's it meant for the team knowing you can produce those performances, you can go through that adversity in a massive game?
I think it was more about showing everyone else. I think we knew that within ourselves, that we had that extra bit, that what it takes. Everyone can be a good team, everyone can have good players and win games off ability, but we knew we had that difference of togetherness, grit, determination that I think hadn't been shown yet in the games we've played and the way that they've gone. It hasn't necessarily required that. So a game to require that and to win that way, I think, showed to the world that we can win in different types of ways with different atmospheres, different environments that you have to go through as a team. And to do that, I think gives us a lot of confidence, but I think gives the fans back home and everyone that extra bit of belief that no matter how the game's going, we'll find a way, and we've got the ability to find a way. So I think that's the most important thing coming from the game.
It's been a special season for you as well. Europa League Player of the Season, won a trophy, now here, and lots of talk about you starting for England and also club stuff as well. So how have you done with all that talk around your name alongside that success?
Just take it day by day and enjoy it. They're the right conversations to be in. That's the most important thing. That it shows I'm doing something right and I'm going along the journey and going along the step in a forward direction. That's all I want to do. I want to improve it and get better, and yeah, being in the right circles and being in the right environments allows me to do that. So those conversations are nice. I won't let them get too ahead of myself. But yeah, they are nice when people do talk about me in that way or want to put me against other players of ilk, class or quality, that it's just an honour to be a part of it and to compared to where I was and where I've got to. So yeah, it's really nice.
Morgan, I wanted to ask about two of the guys in the squad you're really close to. Firstly, Jordan Henderson, who you said earlier in the tournament was the best person you've ever met in football. Maybe just to elaborate a bit on that, and also what it says about him, that despite the fact he's got a broken bone, that he still wants to be around this group and have an influence right until the end of the tournament.
That just shows exactly what he's like as a person and as a guy, and I think hopefully he can be still involved with us going for the rest of the tournament. He's not going to rule himself out, and neither are we. I think the belief he's got in his own body and his ability and his confidence and the way he is and what he kind of represents as a person is massive to our group, and he's everything really, and kind of the heartbeat of the group. And yeah, to see him this morning smiling and still as happy as he ever is, no matter what's happened in the last 48 hours or whatnot, it's so nice for us to just see him, and yeah, hopefully we can get him back out on the pitch as soon as possible, really.
The other player is Jude, and when we spoke before the tournament, you said that sometimes you feel he's maybe a bit misunderstood, misinterpreted. The reaction he gets from the fans in the stadium is amazing, and he's playing like a man possessed in this tournament, isn't he?
Yeah, I told you all that before. I said that you would. I'm not surprised, and neither is anyone in the squad, of how he's played, how he's performed, how he's taken big key moments in games. Even the game the other night, probably didn't start the game the way we've liked, and in the space of 5 minutes he's put his fingerprints on the game and kind of taken hold of the game, and that's the type of player he is, and that's the type of players you need in big moments, in tough environments, tough atmospheres. When things aren't going your way, you need your best players to stand up, and he's done that in pretty much every game so far, and yeah, we're not surprised.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else should be surprised, really. He keeps on doing it time and time again.
Nice to see you, Morgan. With that in mind, Jude ended up playing up top towards the end. You've done that for Villa as well a couple of times this season. Is that something you maybe see as could be a future position for England?
Yeah, maybe. I think we're happy to just do whatever is required in that moment, and we'd probably bring a different quality if we were to play in that position. Me and Jude, as to like of Ive or Ollie, possess different qualities, and that's what a squad's about. It's about everyone utilising and whatever the game needs might determine what type of player is needed in that position. And yeah, I think we're all ready. I think you can see we're all ready to give our all in whatever position's required, really.
Ollie Watkins sat here last week, maybe the week before, lost track of time, and said you can go all the way to the top. What would the top be for you?
What a question. The top would just be fulfill potential. When you're a young player, everyone talks about potential and what does that really look like, and it's about being consistent. I think it's the main thing. I think showing it in glimpses and spells is all nice and well, but you want to be able to do it on a consistent basis. I look at players in the room, in the training ground, like you likes of Harry Kane, you Judes, they've done it for 5, 6, 7, 8 years consistently, and that's the difference from a good player to a great player, and kind of that next level. And I want to take that step. I want to be in those conversations as the best player in England. I want to be in those conversations with the best players in Europe, and I've still got a long way to go and a lot of learning to do and a lot of development. But yeah, I think I'm on the right path of doing that, of learning from these players and just kind of getting my consistency right. I think that's the main thing about consistency. That is what is the key to being the best.
Henry. Morgan, hi over here. Good luck in Miami.
Thank you.
Just on back in the dressing room and the John and Declan sort of comedy double act. I mean, for 9 months they were rivals during the season. Obviously, City and Arsenal. Does that show the sort of the club feel that you've got, the camaraderie you've got, that you've put all that to one side and you are this band of brothers?
Yeah, massively. I think we go hard at it for 38 games a season, and them two obviously going at it all season for the league and stuff, and then to come here, you completely forget about it. We don't look at each other as clubs. You almost forget what clubs everyone plays for. It's just everyone together as one. And because the group's been quite consistent in the last year or so, a lot of the main core of the group have stayed, have been in the group. So when you're coming back to camp, it's just nice to see you again. It's not so many new faces, which is I think what the manager was emphasising from the start, and you can see that coming to show in games and in big moments, and then obviously in the celebrations after them two being silly. So yeah, it's nice.
Hi Morgan, can I ask you a couple about Ezri Konsa? He was very supportive of you earlier in the season when you were maybe struggling at the start of the season. How helpful has he been to you at both Villa and with England?
Yeah, massive. He's a massive leader, a massive character here at Villa, and yeah, he's helped me in difficult moments this season. Last season, just that quiet, calming word, which he always is. He's never too high, never too low. He's just quite consistent, so he's a good person to lean on for me. And yeah, he's always someone that I look up to at club, and obviously here as well when it doesn't always go your way. And as a young player coming through, and he really does help me. And yeah, he's a big player to do that as well, coming from someone that's done what he's done in the game, and the level he's competing at as well can give his insight onto how he can deal with different things as well. So yeah, it's really nice to have him around, and yeah, I'm kind of lucky that I spend so much time with him.
And do you think, I remember you responded to one of his social media posters with give him his flowers in capital letters. Do you think he gets the credit he deserves outside Villa?
No, nowhere near. I think he's one of the best centre-backs in football, if I'm honest. I think at this World Cup, I think the ability that he's got and everything, he can do everything as a centre-back. Never gets beaten, or strong in the air, strong in the tackle, unbelievable on the ball. I honestly don't know a flaw in his game, and I think that's helped Villa that no one, probably a bigger club, has probably taken him in the last few years. I think that's helped us because I honestly don't know a problem in his game really, and yeah, I think it's nice that he gets the recognition and he can compete on the world stage and everyone can see it come out of how good he actually is. But yeah, I think he does go under the radar massively in these conversations when we're talking about centre backs. He's right up there.
Okay, if you can get your mic over there, and we'll go third row. Thanks.
You go for me.
Yeah.
Malcolm, here on your right, please. Hey, hello, Marcelo from TNT Sports.
Okay.
You have a particular anthem this World Cup Wonderwall. How is being after the matches, going to the crowd and singing with them?
Did you know the lyrics before?
Yeah, I do know the lyrics. Don't think you're English if you don't know the lyrics. If I'm honest, I think it's such a known song. Everyone has to know the lyrics of that. If not, you better learn them quick. Yeah, special. They're memories that for a lifetime that you don't realise how special they are, and you just want to soak them all in with the fans and with the atmospheres. I've not really seen it before. I think it's a new thing this tournament, and we all talk about it after and all wait and all watch them, and it's just you're in awe of how many fans there are, how much it means to them, and how passionate they are, and to share that moment's very special, and we all don't take it for granted. We appreciate it so much. It means everything to us.
One last from my side. I think that you were concentrated before your match when Brazil was playing against Norway. Were you surprised when you see that your opponent would be Norway and not Brazil in the next phase?
No, I'm not surprised at all. They're one of the best strikers in the world, and when he's on the pitch, anything can happen. You can never be surprised if Erling scores 2 goals and they win a game. He's done it how many times over his career, and he keeps doing it. They're a difficult team. I watched a bit of the game, and they were the better team for large parts and deserve to be here. And it's going to be a difficult game. I think you can get bogged down in it sounding and being Brazil, but at the end of the day, if they don't beat Norway, then Norway deserve to be there, and that's who we're facing. So we need to look at it exactly the same as we would if it was Brazil, and it's going to be a really difficult game, and they've got really, really good players.
Okay, before we go there, we've just got a trainee reporter called Jed Spence over here.
Hello, mate.
There's been a lot of speculation about in the recent weeks who's the fastest in the squad. Is it true Jed Spence is the fastest in the squad?
Let's just say I wouldn't bet against you in the race. But there's a couple saying that they might have you. Anthony Gordon being one of them. So I'd like to see that race. We'll see who wins. But I wouldn't bet against you.
Morgan here, Arthur from ESPN Brazil. Talking about the next game, how do you expect to stop Erling Haaland, that you know pretty well, and to talk about this battle against Harry Kane, one of the most great strikers of the whole world?
Has anyone ever stopped Erling Haaland? I'm not sure they have, but we're going to try. You're going to have to try. I think he's such an unbelievable player. The things he does, the numbers he puts up, you're just in awe of how good he is and the level he's at. We're going to have to maybe try and stop how they play and work on those things and stop how the balls go into him and how he gets his chances, because he's so deadly in front of goal. And we've got to be aware of that. We've got to know that. But also, it's not just him. They've got other good players as well that we play against regular basis in the Premier League that we need to be mindful on. And they're a really good team. I think that's what their biggest super strength is, that as a team, as a unit, they're so strong. The Harry Kane Haaland debate, will live on. I think completely different strikers, but both they're the two for me at the top of their game, and in this tournament have been two of the best players at this tournament. And it's a spectacle, I suppose, for the fans. That's going to be a good one, and to see who comes out on top. And I hope it's Harry, and I'm sure it will be. I think we've got that confidence in him, and he's playing at probably the highest level he's ever played at, which is madness to say because of what he's been doing for so many years. To say that this is the best is crazy, really, but. He's such a good player, such a good leader, and we'll be leaning on him for the game for sure.
Okay, Hamza at the back.
Hi Morgan, I know you just said it's quite difficult to keep Haaland quiet, but in Villa's past 3 matches at Villa Park against City, I don't think he scored. How did you guys manage to do that? You mentioned trying to limit the supply into him, but in practical terms, what did that mean? Was that about what you did at the front? Was that Ezri at the back? Could you just explain what that is?
Maybe a bit of luck as well. I think we've done well in those games against City, and we've won those games, but every game's a different game, and he can just turn it on with a click of a fingers. I think we've just got to be so focused, so aware of the runs he makes, of where he is in the box especially, and how deadly he can be. I know we've done well as Villa, and Ez is obviously a great defender to have on your side to come up against him, but I don't think it's just Ez. I think it takes a whole team effort to stop someone like that and stop their supply line, and that's what we've got to kind of look at what they do as a team and how well they are and how he creates them chances and try and nullify them as best as possible. But it's going to be difficult because not many people can. So we'll be ready.
Thank you.
Okay, as you bring the mic forward in the middle, and we'll go Jack next. No, Anna just Anna to the. That's it. But we'll go Jack next, and then you.
Hey Morgan. From the outside, it seems like Jude is really confident, happy, relaxed here in camp at the moment, and that's coming across on the pitch. You're his mate. Is that the feeling you get from him?
Yeah, but I always get that feeling from him, to be fair. I think as players and as us and around his group, he gives that every camp I've been on with him, and obviously away from the camp as well. That's the type of person he is. You see his hunger to win, his drive, and how much it means to him to decide these matches and to be the man to kind of take us forward. And I think everyone at their happiest is always playing better, and he's really happy. He's really enjoying his football. I think the injury that this season helped him actually with kind of the break. He's played a lot of games over the last few years, so I think that would have done him a world of good in hindsight, especially getting him ready for this. And he's just chomping at the bit to go and play again. And he's been at the highest level. So I think he's in a really good spell at the moment. Really, really good kind of headspace of his game and how he feels on the pitch and how he's deciding games.
And from your point of view, in a game like Sunday where you came off the bench in the second half, what is, with a really specific job to do, what is the manager like with you guys on the bench if you know that you're coming on to do a really specific job? Is he very good with sort of instructions about what you're expected to do on the pitch?
Yeah. I think as a group we're really aligned, as opposed to we know kind of what's going on. I think we're all aware of the game, we're all watching the game, we're all invested in it, and we all know the positions that we might be likely to come on in and stuff. And you can have your spin on what you're going to try and do if you do come into the game, but that all can always change depending on game scenarios. And just giving those clear instruction of what to do and who to help or what might need addressing on the pitch, and just trying to do that to the best of my ability, really.
Hi, I'm Morgan. It's Jens from VG, the Norwegian newspaper. I'm realizing that, or I'm seeing that you are going back to Kansas after the games and connecting with your base camp that you've had for such a long time. Norway is doing the opposite. They're just traveling directly to the next city. That's what I want to ask you as well. Now that we've gotten so far in the tournament, how is that working out for you, returning to a base camp between the matches, and what are the pros and if there are any cons for doing this?
The only con I'd say is probably just the travel on the way back. You just want to get to your bed as quick as possible, and sometimes that might take longer than others. But the positives, I think, are massive. I think it feeling like home, it feeling warm. You can just relax and chill, and you're surrounded in your space and different things that you can get up to and do. And you want to try and make everything your home and as homely, as warmly as possible. So I think we enjoy getting back and knowing we're home. It's kind of our home for the block, and we can kind of relax, and we have our own room, we have our own dining table, and we can just really relax and chill out. So I think it's really worked well for us. I think we really enjoy the fact that we can always get back to base as quick as possible and then go from there and kind of get back in our routine and our structure.
Okay, Tom.
Hi, Morgan. Just back to Jordan. How important is it for everyone in the squad that he is staying on, and how much do you want to effectively do it for him now that he's not being able to be involved?
I think he wants to do it for himself, I'll be honest. I think you'll see him on Saturday in one way, shape or form, and he'll be there, and he'll contribute to us playing and us being involved, and that's the person he is, that's the player he is. He always puts his ego to one side, or what he's feeling for the team, and he always puts us first and tries to help every player in the best way possible. Whether it be conversations, whether it be actually playing, that people forget about the player he is and what he's done in this game, that people kind of don't see and kind of put to the back of their memory, and what he's like in training with his standards and his drive. That rubs off on everyone else, and it makes us a better team because of it. So to have him back as quickly as in camp and back to normal him will be the best for the group, and we can't wait when that is.
And just on Jude, I mean, it was obviously an unbelievable team performance against Mexico, but I think for a lot of us, it might well have been the best or one of the best individual performances we've ever seen from an England player. How many more levels do you think he's got to go from here? Is he still? Can he get even better?
Yeah, of course. He's 20. What is he? 23. Of course he can get better. Of course he can mature. His prime years are ahead of him, and that's what's so good about him, is what he's accomplished at such a young age. I think it's just so inspiring to everyone before him or everyone after him of what he's done and what he's accomplished. You forget how young he is. That's how good he's been. But I still think there's a long way to go, and he'll probably say the same as well. The drive and the hunger he's got in the game to what he wants to achieve. He knows that he's got things to work on, things to improve on, like we all do. And yeah, I think that's what's so exciting about being an England fan, an England player, being his friend. I think is just how far he can go. No one really knows, and kind of having no cap on what he can achieve, really.
Okay, sorry to disappoint when you wait. We've only got time for 2 more. Starting there.
Hi, Morgan. Liz Conway, BBC Sport. You're 2 wins away from reaching a World Cup final. Are you even allowing your head to think that far ahead, or is it solely on the next opposition and the next match?
A bit of both. I think we're human, and you can't help think that every game win is a step closer to the end goal. But at the same time, if you take your eye off the ball for any second, I think that's where you can get punished in this game. It's really fine margins. It can be mentality of going into a game that can decide a game and be the difference. So I think we have to dust ourselves off. We've kind of broke it down to different stages of the tournament and how we attack it and how we see it going, and that can kind of switch our mindset kind of differently. And we're all aligned. We're all on the same page of attacking each game in the best way possible, really. So I think, yeah, it's difficult because we're all human and we're all excited as we should be, but at the same time, we know we've got a job to do, and it's still a long way away from that yet.
Okay, next one.
So a similar question, Morgan, almost like looking back to that amazing performance. How easy or difficult as a squad is it to switch yourselves back on mentally, so you sort of cherish those memories, but then you have to refocus on this game?
I think quite easy because you want to make more. Now that game's done, this is the next biggest game ahead, and for a lot of us, this will be the biggest game being involved in, especially at a World Cup in the circumstances. So I think the drive to make more and to kind of go again, I think, is the biggest challenge. But I think it's a challenge that excites a lot of this group, and I think that was the message today with our first training session back, is that we go for it again and we go and get more, and we can still improve and get better. And that's the nice thing about football. You can always improve on something. It's never the finished article or the end of anything, because there's a game around the corner that's going to give us different problems that we're going to have to step up in a different way, whether we play differently or whatever that may look like. We know we've got another challenge ahead, and yeah, I think that's the exciting part about being a footballer, is it's never done. It's never the end. You can always change and alter and kind of attack a different challenge. So yeah, we're ready and we will be ready.
Okay, thanks, and sorry again to disappoint those who are waiting. Cheers.